يقول راجي عفو رب سامعي محمد بن الجزري الشافعي: الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد إن هذه مقدمة فيما على قارئه أن يعلمه، إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصح اللغات، محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Oh Allah, teach us what benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals and in good deeds ya Rabb al-Alamin. We're coming towards the end of this most important section in Al-Jazariyya, which is Makhraj al-Huruf. So please make sure you're watching any class you're missing. Now every single class is already there. We have 29 classes. Inshallah, before Ramadan we will finish completely Makhraj al-Huruf. And right after Ramadan you will have the test on Makhraj al-Huruf, then we will move to Sifat al-Huruf. So if you did not make the slides that you were supposed to do, if like here for example, which HDM are you, .1? So for example, this class here, it says 27, Jazariyya 27, Ibrahim. For example, right? So we have Jazariyya 28, so and so, right? So everyone, make sure you do your slides so that I can, inshallah, review all of them. Then I can tell you, you can just study from the slides. Otherwise, you have to study from this file that I'm going to share with you. So last time we covered the makhraj of the Safir letters, Sad, Sin, Zai. Imam al-Jazari rahimahullah said, وَالصَّفِيرُ مُسْتَكِنْ in line 17. As you can see on the board, on the screen. Can you see on the screen? وَالصَّفِيرُ مُسْتَكِنْ, that's what he said in the previous lines. وَالصَّفِيرُ مُسْتَكِنْ مِنْهُ وَمِنْ فَوْقِ الثَّنَايَا السُّفْلَى. That was line 16 and 17. Now we're gonna do the rest of line 17 and part of line 18. So what does he say here? وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا لِلْعُلْيَا وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا لِلْعُلْيَا مِنْ طَرَفَيْهِمَا. So this is the makhraj of dha, dhal, tha, lil-ulya min tarafayhima. This is why Sheikh Ayman, may Allah reward him, he put both of them in the red color. وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا لِلْعُلْيَا مِنْ طَرَفَيْهِمَا وَمِنْ بَطْنِ الشَّفَةِ فَالْفَا مَعَ أَطْرَافِ الثَّنَايَا الْمُشْرِفَةِ لِلشَّفَتَيْنِ الْوَاوُ بَاءٌ مِيمُ وَغُنَّةٌ مَخْرَجُهَا الْخَيْشُومُ. That's the end of the Makharij letters, of the Makharij section. So we have one more line and we're done. One more line and we're done with Makharij al-Huruf, which is the most important topic in the science of Tajweed and in reading any Arabic text correctly. So let's first go to the letters of the verse to understand the literal meaning, then we'll go to the details. وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ, the letter dha, the letter dhal, watha. Why is it he said watha? Is it tha or tha? We said many times, both are right. Some Arabs they say alif ba ta tha, right? And some Arabs say alif ba ta tha. So some Arabs pronounce the hamza, some Arabs do not pronounce the hamza, right? So why he used this dialect here? For the rhyme, right? To keep the rhythm of the poem. To keep the rhythm of the poem. وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا. And remember that we read this dialect even in Hafs, we read it. Who knows where? Huh? Alif lam ra. We don't say ra, right? We say alif lam ra. We say ta ha. We don't say ta ha, right? So even in Hafs we read it, but people are unaware of it. So وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا. What about them? He said لِلْعُلْيَا. لِلْعُلْيَا. What does لِلْعُلْيَا mean? Who can guess? Here he said in the line before it, he said مِنْهُ وَمِنْ فَوْقِ الثَّنَايَا السُّفْلَى. He said from it, means the Safir letters are from it. From what? We explained this so many times. From what? What is he talking about? The tip of the tongue or the front part of the tongue, right? من طرفيه منه ومن فوق الثنايا السفلى. From it means from the tip of the tongue and from above the lower incisors. From above the lower incisors. So we said we place the tip of the tongue at the internal base of the lower incisors like this, right? Then we bring the teeth close so the sound will go above the lower teeth, the lower incisors. Then he says وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا لِلْعُلْيَا. In the first part of the line he mentioned sufla, which means the lower. Now he's telling you dha and dal and tha are for lil-ulya means two or four. For the upper ones. Means what? What upper ones? The upper incisors. The upper incisors. So lil-ulya means what? So what is missing here? What's the word? Who knows the word that is missing here? Means للثنايا العليا. Right? للثنايا العليا. The upper incisors. How did we know? Because in the first part of the line he said الثنايا السفلى, the lower incisors. Now he's telling you for the ulya, for the upper ones, means the upper incisors. Okay, is it like this? Just dha and dal and tha, they come from the upper incisors? That doesn't make sense by itself. He says min tarafayhima. You see, brother? You see, sister? Min tarafayhima, from their tips. From their tips or from their front parts. Now, here pay attention to this point. When we talked about the parts of the tongue, we called the front part, we called this as the front part. Do you remember? We called this as the front part. Do you remember? Right? That is the front part. What about this one? What about this one? This one here. What did we call it? The tip, right? So this is the front part of the tongue, right? Sometimes Imam Ibn Jazari is using the word front, but he means the tip. Did you get it? So when he mentioned in the Sad and Sin and Zai, minhu means from its front part, he meant what? From the tip, because you place the tip of the tongue at the lower incisor like this, right? And now same thing, he's saying وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَا لِلْعُلْيَا min, from طرفيهما, their, both their two tips. The tip of what and what? The tip of the tongue and the tip of the upper incisors. Min طرفيهما. طرفيهما means what? Their both of their or from their tips both. From their tips both. From the tip of the tongue and the tip of the upper incisors. That's min طرفيهما. Okay? So one last point here I missed to mention last time. In the first part he said وَمِنْ فَوْقِ الثَّنَايَا السُّفْلَى. Thanaya. And we said thanaya is a plural. Who remember what is the singular? طلع البدر علينا من ثنية. من ثنيات الوداع. It's ثنية, but because of the song we made it ثنيات, but it's ثنية. ثنية means a raised place where they met the Prophet ﷺ, the people of Al-Madinah, and they made this nasheed. So ثانية also this one tooth, which is one of the upper 4 front teeth or lower front teeth. Those 4 front teeth, every single one is called what? ثانية. Now 2 of them are called what? Who knows? I told you this last time. ثانيتين, 2. Because you know in Arabic the dual is different from the plural. So 2 teeth, these 2 teeth are called what? ثانيتين. So we have ثانيتين in the bottom, ثانيتين in above, right? But he says the الثنايا, he used the plural, الثنايا السفلى. But are they plural or dual? They're dual. But he used the plural because sometimes the Arabs use this. Okay? So he says ثنايا, but he means the 2 teeth. Okay? He's not speaking about 3 teeth because ثنايا are only 2 on the bottom, 2 above. Okay. Now, what is the makhraj of the ضاء and ذال and ثاء? So والضاء والذال وثا للعليا من طرفيهما. من طرفيهما. From the tip of the tongue, the tip of the tongue or the front part? He's saying طرفيهما. So here do we translate طرفيهما as the tip or the front part? If you say the front part, this means you're going to say ضاء like this. You're going to say أض. That's the front part of the tongue. أض or أض. Just the tip. What do you press on? The tip or the front part? In the ضاء and ذال and ثاء. What do you press on? Just the tip. And you use the tip of the upper incisors. Right? So basically, simply, clearly you touch or you place the tip of the tongue at the tip of the upper incisors. Like this. Like this. F. 3 letters exactly. You're doing the same thing in regard with the tip of the tongue. F. If. Can you see the tip of my tongue? You can see it. You can see it. F. Now what about this? Can you see it? You can see the tip of my tongue? How? You can see it? F. Some people, they do these letters this way. They say, these are called lithawi letters, means gum letters. So they think means you have to touch the gum, not the teeth. The gum from inside like this, which is difficult. We say no. They are called, dear brother, they're called lithawiya letters or the gum letters because they come from an area close to the gum. Not from the gum. They come from the upper teeth which are close to the gum, not from the gum. Do you understand? And the Arabs, they use this. Sometimes they call something not by the name of the area, by the name of a close area. We explained this in Al-Jazariyya many times. Okay, put it here. So, وَالضَّاءُ وَالذَّالُ وَثَالُ الْعِيَّةِ. So as you can see, the very first common mistake is that students do not place the tip of their tongues at the upper incisors. This is why you say, someone says, الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ. Yalla, tell me, what's the mistake? الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ. الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ. That's not that, right? So you tell him you have to press on the tip of your tongue. الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ. الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ. Some students, they have a little bit difficulty because of their teeth. Some of their teeth are too much ahead of the others. So they need to put an extra effort. So, but with the practice, it becomes easy. So these are very easy letters. Thal, we have this sound in English. Tha, we have this sound in English, right? Theater, right? Theater, right? Right? You don't say theater. You've been to the theater. You don't say 3.
Theater.
Huh?
Theater.
Theater.
What?
3. You say 3, right? So you have the tha. Theater, not theater. Theater. Okay. So 3.
Where's it at?
3. and the book, right? You don't say the book,
Things.
right? Huh?
Things. Things.
You say they, you say there, right? So the, you have this sound. Tha, you have this sound. The sound that you don't have in English is what? The. That's the one you don't have, right? The, which is the same like the thal, but you make it what? You make it heavy. Okay? That's what we're gonna mention today. So basically you have these letters except for the dha. The main tip is bite on the tip of your tongue. That's it. Bite on the tip of your tongue. Yalla, let's see the picture before we read. As you can see, makhraj of the dha and dhal and tha. Let's start with the dha. Yalla, sister. As you can see, it's very clear, very nice. Look, the tip of the tongue with the tip of the upper incisors. We're placing the tip of the tongue at the upper incisors. You can see, brother. What else can you notice in this picture? Again, if I bring you this picture, you must know this is dha, no other option. Right or no? I like this question, I love it so much. And I'm gonna bring it in the test, inshallah. I love this question, I don't know how it came to my mind. So I'm just gonna take the word dha from there, you see it? I'm just gonna take the word dha and you have to write dha there. That's as simple as this. You have to figure out. I'm gonna put like 6-8 pictures like this. I love this question, really. So look here, the back part of the tongue is raised. The middle part of the tongue is curved. What about the throat? It's tightened, right? Why it's tightened? Because when the back part is raised, as I showed you many times, see sister here? This is the back part of the tongue. Look what happens. Suppose this is the throat. Huh? This is the throat. Suppose this is the throat. And this is the front, the tongue. Look what happens. When the back part is raised, the throat will be tightened, huh? Right? Exactly same thing. Look there. When you raise the back part of the tongue, the throat will get tightened here. Why here in the dha and tha, look, it's wider. See there? It's wider. And see why? Because the back part of the tongue is not raised. This is what makes dal and tha different from dha. This is the main thing. The main thing that makes dal and tha different from dha. Clear? Is the dha clear? Very easy, very simple. Yalla, let's read. So, طرف اللسان, the tip of the tongue. So as you can see here, sometimes we're translating the word طرف as tip, sometimes as front part. You have to be aware of the difference. طرف اللسان, the tip of the tongue with the tip of the upper incisors or the upper front teeth. So the makhraj of dhal and dha, dha and dha and thal, dha and dhal and tha, they're produced by what? Placing the tip of the tongue at the tip of the upper front teeth. This means the tip of the tongue must be apparent in all of these three letters. So if you don't see the tip of the tongue of the student reading in front of you, this means he's not doing it right, she's not doing it right. Some people pronounce these letters by touching the gum, claiming that they are called al-huruf al-lithawiyya. They say they are called the gum letters. In fact, they are given this name because their makhraj is close to the gum, but not the gum itself. Clear? Okay. This is just in case someone tells you, because you know why? You know why? You know why I'm mentioning this? Because some people in Syria, for example, as one of our scholars mentioned, they teach the kids that you have to place that, because these letters are non-lithawiyya letters or the gum letters. So they tell them you have to place the tongue at the gum like this. Av. You should not let your tongue out like this. Av. You should say av, from inside, which is not right, neither in regard with the transmission, the oral transmission, nor in the authentic tajweed books or the reliable ancient tajweed books. In neither of these two main references or sources or authorities, in neither of them this is mentioned. So lithawiyya, gum letters, because they come from close to the gum, not from the gum itself. Yalla, let's start with the dha. Yalla, who can tell me? Who can tell me the main difference between dha and dal and tha? Yalla, dha and dal and tha. Main difference is heaviness and lightness, right? So the first characteristic of the dha, it is heavy. Yalla, second one. Second main characteristic. We remember again and again and again. With every letter, when you learn the makhraj of a letter, you have to learn at least 3 main characteristics of that letter so that you pronounce it right. The first one, is it heavy or light? Second one, is it mahmus or majhoor? Third one, is it shadid or rikhu? Based on the fact that it is shadid or rikhu, you know it has qalqala or not. Right? So basically 3 main characteristics for every single letter. If you know them, inshallah you're going to pronounce this letter correctly. Dha is heavy. What else? Hams or majhoor? Hams or jahar? Jahar. Majhoor means what? Voiced. Means voiced. It's not voiceless. Voiced. Remember, the word voiced means like it has a voice. It's not the breath that makes it clear. Like, look at ath. Ath. For the tha, the hams is making it voiced. So this is why it's called voiceless. By itself, voiceless. Do you understand? This is why we need hams with it, to make it clear, to make it voiced. But the dha, it is itself voiced because it has, the sound is flowing. Okay, the sound is flowing. This is why the breath is not flowing. Av, see, av, and the voice, the vocal cords shake. Say, put your finger on your throat. Say av. They're shaking or no? Av, vibration. But say ath. Say ath. They're not. Do you notice? Ath. Are they shaking? Not. Ath. Why? Because the vocal cords are open and the breath is flowing. The air is flowing. While with the dha, the breath is not flowing. So the vocal cords are shaking. Av. Same thing as av. See. Av. Ath. You see, with the tha, they're not shaking. Dha and dha, they're shaking. So, dha is heavy. Dha is majhoor, doesn't have hams, means the breath is not flowing with it. Third one is shadid or rikhu. Rikhu, because the sound is, rikhu means the sound is flowing. So no need for qalqala, so it doesn't have qalqala. That's it. Heavy, majhoor, and rikhu. This means its sound should be prolonged a little bit. Now, let's read the example. So basically the main mistake that people make in the dha, who can tell me some of the common mistakes?
They make it that.
Huh?
They make it that.
Make it dha. Exactly, they make it dha. They say al-dhalimin, dha. They say dha. Idh-dhalamu, dha. Mahfuz. Unzur. They say dha. What else? There's another common mistake. Za. Za. What do they say? Izzalamu. Zalimin. Zahrak. Ramazan. Fayyaz. They say Fayyaz. Then with more change in the word it becomes Fayyaz. But it is originally Fayyab with Dad. First they moved it to Fayyaz, then it became Fayyaz. Just like what? Ramadan, right sister? Ramadan, they moved it to Ramazan, then I have a student named Ramazan. Right? So I don't know in the future how it will change. So basically it's Ramadan. Then they change it to Ramazan. Ramazan. Then they make it easier, Ramazan. Right? Same thing, Fayyab, Fayyaz, Fayyaz. I'm serious. This is how letters change. So don't mix it with za. Don't mix it with tha. Don't mix it with da. And Imam Ibn Al-Jazari rahimahullah made a whole section in Al-Jazariyya. Do you remember? We studied it to distinguish the words that are with dha and the words that are with da. The words that are with da, and the words that are with dha. So don't mix dha with da, as we will see now. Da with dha, don't mix between them. And by the way, za, this is a sound that exists in one of the Arab dialects, but it's not a substitute for dha in any way. Anyone knows what is it a substitute for? This sound, az. It is in Arabic and it's in one of the 10 qira'at. Anyone knows? وَاشْمِمْ لِخَلَّادَ الْأَوَّلَ. Khallad, for example, one of the 10 reciters of the Quran, he says, اهدنا الصراط. What does he say? اهدنا الصراط. So the za sound is a variant of which letter in Arabic? Sad, not dha, not dha. It's a variant or variation of what? Sad. This is why they call it the sad that has the smell of a zai. What do they call it? The sad that has a smell of the zai. As-sad al-mushamma zayan. Az. It is sad that has the smell of the zai. But that's not a substitute for the dhal in any way. Even Khallad himself, he doesn't replace every single sad into za. Certain words. Anyway, yalla, let's read the examples. These are the most common mistakes in the dha and dhal and tha. The fourth common mistake is what? They don't place the tip of the tongue at the incisors. They keep it inside. That is the fourth mistake. Even though it might sound right, if I say أظلم, am I changing it to any other letter? أظلم. I'm not, but it's not. Is it as clear as أظلم? Try. I want everyone to try. Try to say dha from inside without touching the upper incisor. أظلم. But it's not. It's difficult and it's not clear as See, right? Much easier, much difficult. Much easier and much simpler. Why? Because this is how it is. Yalla. Let's read the examples. Yalla. أظلم. حفيظ. Another point here, when you stop on the dha, don't make qalqala. Don't say حفيظ. As some people read. حفيظ. No. Just let it flow a little bit. Like this. حفيظ. حفيظ. Practice ya habibi. Here. And you don't cut it. You don't say حفيظ. Listen, حفيظ. Don't cut it. Because it's rikhu. Let it flow a little bit like this. حفيظ. Okay. ينظر. Pay attention to the ikhfa of the noon at the dha. You have to prepare at the makhraj of the dha right away, right? Are you focused here? See, you prepare to the makhraj of the dha, right, brother? Yanzu. Not yanzu. You don't keep the tongue inside, then you make the dha. You don't say yanzu. No, you prepare right away. Yanzu, then you press. Touch, then press. This is one of the letters, touch, then press, right? In the ikhfa method of touch and press. Okay. Yanzurun. And make the ya light. Yanzurun. Yanzurun. What else? الظالمين. أنقض ظهرك. أنقض ظهرك. ويحفظن فروجهن. ويحفظن فروجهن. منظرين. Same thing, منظرين. لحافظون. وحفظناها. Every letter 10 hasanat. Every letter you read 10 hasanat. Will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give the one who's putting an effort to learn the letter right as Allah revealed it, will he be given the same reward as someone who's careless, who doesn't care, who spends like hours and hours on some courses, sometimes useless courses and useless things, and he doesn't even bother to focus and to perfect his letters, and when someone reminds him, he says, come on, don't make it difficult, brother, come on, don't make it tough, religion is easy, right? This is how some people argue. So Allah will never treat those who do some effort to pronounce the letters of his book correctly, like those who are careless, right? Allah will never do that. Allah is the most just. بعض الظالمين. Pay attention here. We have ضاد and ظا. ها بعض الظا. ها ضا بعض الظالمين. Practice. Now another example. I remember it's يعض الظالمون. Okay. Now here we have إذ ظلموا. You can see here on the board, on the screen, you can see إذ ظلموا. We have إذ ذال then ظا. What do we do? Since the ذال is light and the ظا is heavy and they come from the same makhraj, this is called إدغام متجانس. إدغام متجانس. We're going to study it later. But since we're talking about the ظا and this is almost the only example, drop the ذال, stress the ظا. So what do you say? إِضَّا. What do you say? Just to drop the ذال, stress the ظا. إدغام متجانس. إِذْ ظَلَمُوا. إِذْ ظَلَمُوا. في لوح محفوظ. Keep the ظا heavy, especially here, huh, sister? محفوظ. يعض الظالم. Not يعض. Do يعض. We mentioned this in the ضاد. يعض الظا. ضُظَّا. Say ضُظَّا. ضُظَّا. يعض الظالم. انظر. Extremely important example. Here we have Hamzat al-Wasl has Dhamma, U. Then you have the Dha has Sukoon. Sorry, the Noon has Sukoon. So you have Ikhfa. Then the Dha has Dhamma again. So you have Dhamma, Sukoon, Dhamma. How do you do it? You don't say as many students say. They say Unzur. Huh? They say Unzur. Unzur. No. You have Dhamma, Sukoon, Dhamma. Means what? Round the lips, bring back normal, round again. Like this. Like this. Unzur. Unzur. Practice. Unzur. Practice. Unzur. Exactly, huh? Unzur. Unzur. Last example. وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة. When we talked about the dad, I explained to you that in Pakistan and India and some other countries, they pronounce the dad and the dha, both of them as za or dha. And some of the sheikhs, they insist that they're the same. Okay, we tell them, tell us then the difference between these two words. Tell us the difference between these two words. What's the difference if they are the same? If we can pronounce them the same, which is absolutely wrong. There isn't a single reliable book or sheikh of the authorities in Tajweed who approves this. That changes the meaning and that is not permissible. I had a student who studied there and he came to the school and his mother was here. So I told him he was reading every dad za, every dad za. I told him, well, read for me this ayah. So then they realized, and he read it, mashallah, he read it right away correctly. I told her, you see, I told his mom, you see, that's not permissible. Not permissible means haram. Not permissible means haram. If someone cannot do it, okay, alhamdulillah. But if someone is insisting and he's insisting to teach it this way, that is forbidden, because it changes the meanings of the Quran. And in salah, according to many scholars, your salah is invalid if you say wala zaleen, because that changes the meaning of the word. And for them, al-Fatiha is a pillar in salah. So you have to be careful. So you have to put an effort at least. Nadira, as you can see, sister, Nadira means bright faces. Nadira means they're looking at their Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're looking at their Lord without him being limited in a direction. So Nadira, bright, Nadira, looking. Is there a difference? Absolutely. You make them the same, you change the meaning, right? And we're gonna explain this again and talk about it even again when Imam Ibn Jazari made a whole section in his Jazariyya, more than 5 lines, just to tell you all the words in the Quran that are with dha and that are with dad. He lists for you all the words so that you differentiate between them. Then some people come on, mashallah, just make it easy, brother. Make all of them dha. Come on, you cannot do this. Okay, any question? That is the dha. Yalla. Now next letter is what? Thal. Next letter is the Thal. Let's look at the picture before we explain the Thal again. Let's see the picture. See the Thal. See the Thal.
Yeah. And then
Yalla, quickly please. Thal, as you can see, tip of the tongue, ya habibi, here. At the tip of the upper incisors, as you can see, the back of the tongue is flat, no curve. The throat is wide, opposite to the dha. So, yalla, first characteristic of the dha is what? Of the dal is what? Heavy or light? Quickly, ya akhi. Light. Second, is it mahmus or majhoor? Dal. Majhoor is voiced, is not voiceless. No breath with it. And rikhu or shadid, rikhu, the sound is flowing. Very easy. Again, don't mix it with dal, right? Don't say alladhi, right, sister? Don't say alladhi, right? Alladhi yukaddibu bid-deen, right? Alladhi yukaddibu bid-deen, you made 3 of them dal, right, brother? If you say alladhi yukaddibu bid-deen, you made 3 of them dal. Also, you don't say allazi yukazzibu, as some Syrians do and many other people. They replace the dal with the zai. They say allazi, right? They say allazi, yukazzibu, kazzab, they say, instead of kazzab, for example. Okay, so don't mix it with dal, don't mix it with zal. These are the 2 main mistakes in this letter. Make the dal light, give it its rakhawa. This means its sound should be prolonged a little bit. Do not give qalqala to the dal. One of the common mistakes, do not turn it into dal, or zai. Okay? The other mistake I mentioned here is what? Don't make qalqala for the dal, right, brother? For example, give me the pen. So dal, another mistake is what? In the dal. Hanid. What is this mistake? Hanid. Don't make qalqala, because it should flow a little bit. It's not cut off. So you say hanid. A little bit again. You don't cut it. Hanid. You don't cut it and you don't make qalqala. Hanid. No, neither. Like this. Hanid. Try. Yalla, let's read the example. No qalqala. Alright? Show me the wrong way. Okay. Yalla. أخذتم. أخذتم. أعوذ.
أعوذ
وإذ زاغت.
زاغت.
As you can see, very important example. You have Thal and Zal. They're close, they're neighbors. This is why you have to pay extra attention. وإذ إذ زاغت. We're talking Hafs. In some narrations you say وإذ زاغت. You drop it. We're talking Hafs. وإذ زاغت. فذرهم فذرهم ذرأكم ذرأكم إذ تسوروا إذ تسوروا إذ دخلوا. So give it the raha. Don't say no. Always practice slowly and cut the words so that you master them. إذ دخلوا إذ زين Practice. Just it needs practice. It might appear difficult. Yes, it might appear difficult. And Imam Al-Jazariyya says what? وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ تَرْكِهِ إِلَّا رِيَاضَةٌ امْرِئٍ بِفَكِّهِ. Right? We're going to come to this line. There's nothing between you and mastering this science except for exercise with your jaw. This is what he said. Right? إِذْ زَيَّن إِن يَخْذُلْكُمْ إِذِ الظَّالِمُونَ إِذْ جَاءَهُمْ إِذْ تَدْعُونَ ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمْ. No, not in Hafs. In Shu'bah maybe. In Shu'bah yes, not in Hafs. ثُمَّ اتَّخَذْتُمْ ثم اتخذتم العجل قل أفاتخذتم. Pay attention to the إخفاء now. Same thing with the dha. منذرين في جذوع النخل في جذوع النخل. Last letter for today is the tha. Again, yalla. First character, as you can see, the makhraj, tip of the tongue at the tip of the upper incisors. Yalla, first characteristic of the tha, ya brother. Quickly, yalla, first characteristic. Light. Second, is it mahmus or majhoor? Put your finger and tell me. Is there vibration? F. No, so it is voiceless, right? So mahmus. محموسها فحثه شخص سكت. Right? شديدها لفظ أجد قط بكت. So فحثه شخص سكت. That's Hams letters. Is it شديد or رخو? شديد or رخو? رخو. The sound is flowing, huh? F. The sound can flow or not? F. Can anyone make the sound of the qaf flow? No one. Because it's shadid, the sound is cut off. This is why they make qalqala. But the tha, ath, zal, av, dha, av, all of them are what? Rikhu. You can see the tongue is flat, it's not curved, the back part is not raised, the throat is open. So this means what? It is voiceless. It is voiceless. And of course we cannot know this only from here because also the dal, the throat is wide but still it is voiced. So light, mahmus and rikhu. Yalla, let's read the examples on the tha. Before we go to the examples and finish up, who can tell me the main or the common mistakes in the tha? So make the tha light, give it its hams With the dhal, we press a little bit more on the tip of the tongue so that it is distinguished from tha. I should not have read that. I wanted to ask you this. So how do you distinguish, since dhal and tha both are light, both are rikhu? How do you distinguish between them? How do you distinguish between av and f, av and f, av and f? How do you distinguish? So what do we do practically? With the dhal, we press a little bit more. Try, huh? F. You see, just press more, you get the tha. Start with the tha, press more, you get the f. Right? And even when you're pressing more, what happens? There's no place for the breath. With the tha, you're pressing less so that the breath will come out. Huh? F. Press a little bit more. F. Do you see the difference? Did you see the difference? So that makes them different. Yalla, let's read the example. Before the examples, what are the common mistakes in the tha? Yalla, quickly. Sa, most common, right? Most common, they say sa minhum, sayyibatin, summa, right? So don't mix the tha with the sin, right? Don't mix the tha with the sin. Another mistake is, who knows? They make it ta. Don't make the tha as ta, okay? Don't mix it with, look, I wrote it here. Don't mix it with sin or ta. Or ta. Don't mix it with sin and don't mix it with ta. Tumma uridtumuha, no. Even though some qira'at uridtumuha, they merge it, but hafs no. Yalla. Urith-tumuha. Urith. Hams. Urith. Right? You remember the hams, right? The breath should flow with it, right? Urith. Rith. Rith. But if you say الذي but when you say urith, rith, rith, right? With the tha, a lot of air coming. But with the dhal, no. With the dha, no. Except for the natural, very little breath. So, urith, right? Urith, urith-tumuha. This example, yalhad dhalika, please focus on it. We have tha, then dhal. We do the same thing. We drop the tha, stress the dhal. What do we say? If you connect here, you should not connect because it's better to stop on yalhath. إن تحمل عليه يلهث أو تتركه يلهث. It's better أو تتركه يلهث. Better to stop. But in any case you wanted to connect, how do you connect? يلهث. You completely drop the tha, you stress the dhal. يلهث ذلك. يلا. وما كنت ثاويا. Quickly يا أخي, let's finish. This ayah needs a lot of attention. A lot of attention. ذواتي أكل خمط وأثل. No, let's do it part by part. Or let me tell you the common mistakes first. First of all, ذواتي. It's not ذواتا as most students read. Because the ya in the Quran, when it comes at the end, it doesn't have dots. And this is why some students, they say ذواتا. But it's not. Because they have a sukoon on the ya. And once they put sukoon, you know it's a ya, it's not an alif. Because the alif always has sukoon, so they don't put sukoon. So when they put sukoon on this shape, which doesn't have dots, you know it's ya. So the watay, that's the first common mistake here. Then you say khamtin, 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 wa athlin, wa shay'in min sidrin qalil. Yeah. ذواتي أكل خمط وأثل وشيء من سدر قليل. وأثل وشيء من سدر قليل. ثوابا. حسن الثواب. See حسن. حسن الثواب حسن الثواب ثامنهم ثيبات ثم بعثه كم لبثت. You have two seconds here. Pay attention to the hamza of the ta. كم لبثت كم لبثت ثم رأيت. It's not ثم. It's not ثم. Okay? This is why I brought this example. ثم رأيت عاليهم ثياب وورث سليمان داود. سليمان يا حبيبي. If you say سليمان you change the meaning. الكوثر الكوثر ثجاجا. Same thing in the إخفاء. Same thing. Touch then press. ماء ماء ثجاجا أورثنا. Heavy light. أورثنا أورثوا من بين فرث ودم. Any question? Any question? We're done with the letters of the tongue. The letters of the tongue now are over. Now we're going to move to the lips. Before we move to the lips, let me show you the last lecture in regard with the letters of the tongue. Let's see. Quick look at the letters of the tongue. If you remember, we started from where? From here. أقصى اللسان فوق ثم الكاف. أقصى والقاف أقصى اللسان فوق ثم الكاف أسفل والوسط فجيم الشين يا والضاد من حافته إذ وليا لضراس من أيسر أو يمناها واللام أدناها لمنتهاها والنون من طرفه تحت جعل والراء يدانيه لظهر أدخل والطاء والدال وتا منه ومن عليا الثنايا والصفير مستكن منه ومن فوق الثنايا السفلى والضاء والذال وثا للعليا من طرفيهما. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.